You also hope that this would help with some weight loss.
Yeah.
Yes. And so then I said, okay, what do I do? Do I go, my thinking is, do I work on this relationship thing first and the emotional stuff? Do I start there, or do I start with the weight problem? And I decided to go ahead and start with the weight problem. And so when we got into hypnosis, I took you down the low road of continuing to eat the way you had been eating before Whole30, so you could kind of get an idea of how bad it could be. And then I took you up the high road of having been really successful with your diet and that kind of stuff. And then I said, your appetite is suppressed. And I said that several times, and I told you how to think about that so that the appetite suppressant would work, because you can literally give someone a hypnotic appetite suppressant when they're in a hypnotic state, and if they accept the suggestion, then it will have an effect on them. And I told you, I said, don't, whenever I say your appetite is suppressed, what I want you to do is just get a feeling like your appetite is suppressed. But don't get a feeling like you're sick of food or you're sick, because some people will go to like a time when they were sick. And I said, don't do that. What happened?
Well, I'm a tester of many theories. So when someone tells me not to do something, because I'm kind of a rebel, which we also talked about being rebellious,
Right.
and your diet can go hand in hand, which I thought was really enlightening. But I did think of something that made me sick, because I was like, if this hypnosis thing really works, the skeptic in me, I want immediate, like, bad result. Like, if I do something she says not to do, because it will end up in this, I'll feel bad. I wanted to test it out. So I did think of a time I was sick. I thought of
So sick at your stomach. I said your appetite is suppressed, and she thought, oh yeah, that feeling when I'm sick at my stomach, right?
Yeah, when you eat so much and you just want to like, right? So, and I also envisioned all the foods that are like my guilty pleasure foods. So like burgers, fries, pizza, just to name a few. And when I left that day, I went and got lunch. It was very easy to make a healthy option before I went back to work. But I drove past like Shake Shack, and I remember going, ugh, like I just felt sick to my stomach. And people had pizza at work, and it literally made me feel nauseous.
That's the only real harm in that, is that it can make you have a very bad week.
But it was okay, because I was like, okay, this stuff works, and now I can like fully commit to the work, because there's a homework in between. And I think when you take on this type of transformation, you have to really commit to it.
Okay, very good. That's an interesting story, and I'm glad you shared that with people.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.